All right, I want to give you some surprise teams this year in 2023. Teams that I think, American League and National League, that I think they're going to surprise a lot of people and put themselves in a position to potentially win the division. I mean, all three, but three I think they can. The other one I think is going to be a hell of a lot better, but not necessarily win the division. But anything's possible. So we'll start with the American League. So, but if you're a baseball fan, by the way, this is primarily a Yankees channel, but I talk about all the other teams as well. So please subscribe if you haven't done that yet. And if you do, hit the like button if you enjoy the content and the notification bell. That way you don't miss stuff. Okay, we're going to keep making this a lot of fun. So, my surprise teams in the American League, number one is going to be the Kansas City Royals. They stunk last year, okay? But I think they kind of did the right thing. They brought in some more guys, but it looks like they're cleaning house and kind of changing the philosophy over there, which I think is going to be good. And I think that the American League Central is wide open. Okay, I don't even think the Twins are that scary. Even bringing in back Carlos Correa, I don't think they're that scary. The Detroit Tigers, you know, they made a lot of moves as well last offseason, but they didn't really pan out. So I think the Kansas City Royals are going to be the most improved in that division. And they brought in Aroldis Chapman yesterday, if you haven't heard, to be their closer. But they made some other moves as well. But I think they're going to play a hell of a lot better than they did. And they have young upstart players too. And MJ Melendez is a good-looking player, and you got Bobby Witt Jr. Like, it's a fun team. They got Salvador Perez, and I don't think Zach Greinke will be back, but they're a fun team to watch, and I think they're going to be a hell of a lot better. I think they're probably going to win, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 more games than they did last year. So would I be surprised if they won more than that? No. But that's my team in the Central. I'll give you one more American League team, the Los Angeles Angels. They've made a boatload of moves this offseason, whether bringing in Hunter Renfroe or trading for Gio Urshela or bringing in pitching, a whole bunch of moves that they've made. And we've broken them down as well already. And I will do my official offseason winners and losers once the offseason is completely over. Once pitchers and catchers report, I'll give you my winners and losers from both leagues. Because that's still, offseason's not over yet, so that's why I wait until the very end for that. But the Angels, I think they're going to be a hell of a lot better. And again, with the exception of the Houston Astros, who are still at the top of that division, it's wide open. I don't see any hope in the near future for the Oakland A's, because they're not spending money. And what's the point of moving to Las Vegas and you know, having all this ridiculously wealthy owner if you're not going to spend money and invest in your team to win? You just trade players away. They had like a $29 million payroll this past year. Terrible. So until they start investing in their team, I can't see them going much further, and unfortunately. But the Angels, I see, they showed a lot this offseason. They're trying to show Mike Trout and Shohei Ohtani that they're at least trying to win games here. And they made offensive moves, they made pitching moves. So good for them. And again, those two teams I think are going to be my most improved in the American League. Now moving over to the National League, the Chicago Cubs, they made a boatload of moves. It was kind of like the Angels of the National League. Dansby Swanson, they just brought in Mike Tauchman, former Yankees. They brought in Jameson Taillon. They brought in a bunch of volume moves, and again, all across the diamond, pitching and offense. It shows that they're serious about getting better. And again, it's wide open in the National League Central too. And the Cardinals are up there; they're formidable, but the Brewers didn't do much. I see the Cubs being right up there with the St. Louis Cardinals. You know, health is obviously key, and performance is obviously key, but I could see them winning the division again. They've invested enough to put themselves in a position to win the NL Central. Would I be surprised if they won? No. But again, it's going to be fun watching the Cubs and Cardinals go at it. I really do. I don't think Pittsburgh's ready yet. I don't think the Cincinnati Reds are ready yet, clearly. And if they trade Bryan Reynolds, you know, they're clearly going for a full gut and kind of reshuffle and start to build around Brian Hayes and O'Neal Cruz. So, but we'll see what happens there. And lastly is going to be the Arizona Diamondbacks. They're going to be my surprise team in the National League West as well. Obviously, the Dodgers are formidable. They haven't done much. The Padres have done a boatload. So could I see the Padres winning the division? Yeah. I could see them winning it and overtaking the Dodgers finally. But the other team, with a boatload of young talent and trades, they made smart moves. Even if they traded away one of these outfielders. I mean, remember, they brought in Kyle Lewis. They brought in other players as well. So their outfield is super deep. So they could still trade one of these outfielders. You know, they've already traded Dalton Varsho to the Blue Jays. We know that. And they could still make another trade. Pavin Smith or Jake McCarthy. They could do it. Okay, and the Yankees are looking for a left fielder. So we'll see what happens. And again, I think they're going to be with a combination of young pitching, and they're going to be my surprise team to be up there in the National League West. And I expect them to be, you know, probably a 90-win team, or close to it, or maybe even more than that. So those are my two teams in the American League, my two teams in the National League that I think could be really, really a hell of a lot better than they were last year. Let me know what you think. Load up the comments. Is there someone I haven't mentioned that I'm missing that you think should be on the list? Again, it's going to be fun to talk about. If anything else comes out, you know you're going to get it here, so you know exactly what to do if you don't want to miss it. So we have a live stream tomorrow night. I'm building my trivia questions. We're going to add some tonight since I didn't put in the last couple of days, so I got a couple for tomorrow night's live stream. They're going to be a lot of fun. Might have a special guest or two as well. And but it's going to be a heck of a good time. We'll talk about a whole bunch of stuff there. And I'm hearing some other chatter with regards to the Yankees and trade, so we'll get into that as well. Talk to you next time.